What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to another live. As it says in the title, I'm going to do some live editing of photos on Lightroom. Some from last weekend that I took, and also some from this morning that I took as well. I went up to Gardeners Falls. Lost feeling in my legs. That was fun. But here we are. Ralph, good morning. How are you? Good to see you. Let's see how many more people jump on. It's kind of Janice, welcome. Charlotte, welcome. Alan, welcome. Emaros, welcome. Alan May, welcome. Kenneth, welcome. So, guys, I'm going to be doing some editing of some photos. Oh, excuse me. I did some photos this morning and some from last week when I had my son. We went to Curramuddy Lake and I did some photos while I was down there. There is a new video coming out this afternoon. It's titled 3 Tips for New Photographers. Just things that I think people should know or should learn or have some stuff. So, already going scuba diving? Not yet. I go for my exam and pool test next Sunday. And then the following weekend, I do my open water dive. So that's going to be the weekend that I am going to be doing some lives. I'll do a live Friday night, do a live Saturday night, and then Sunday night I'll do another live. It's going to be a long weekend, but I'll do a live on the Sunday night, wrap it all up and what I think about my course, my training, and everything like that. But I'm looking forward to it. Even got my dive watch here, big dive watch. So helps me take care of the depth and time that I'm all down there. Got my gear over there. So I got everything ready for it. Just waiting to go and do it. I'm looking so forward to doing it. But this morning I got up really, really early. I'll see. Julie's like, you live? Yes. I'll just see if Julie wants to join. Do you want to join? I'll see if Julie wants to come on. On the list. Okay, hang on. Let me. Okay. I think Julie's eating. As for the list, I don't know who's on there, who's not. Julie's writing the list up for me and looking after that. Vilma, good morning. Guinevere, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Now, the whole thing about today with this live was tomorrow you will. What? The whole thing about this live is just doing a bit of editing. But also the channel's going to be changing a bit. I've been doing a lot of photography on land, landscape. I wanted to do a bit of I wanted to do a bit of portrait photography and stuff like that. When I get over there and meet you guys, I want to be able to take photos of you guys and all that, and then give you the photos. I'll edit them up. I'll show you right now here. So this is Lightroom. This is the program that I use for all my editing. All right. So I'm going to go through and I'll edit your photos when I take them of you guys on here, and then I'll send you a copy of all the photos. That's one thing I've been wanting to do, is take photos of you guys, meet you guys, and go around the Philippines and everything like that. Now, I still want to do my landscape photography and my portrait photography and stuff like that. But I'm getting into scuba diving, and I'm going to be doing a lot of videoing and photography of different things underwater. So the channel is going to change a bit with going underwater, where if the conditions are not good for doing a video under the water and stuff like that, I will be doing normal photography. Now, the video coming out today is like a tip one, what they call a tech kind of video. And I want to do some more of those. I want to do like my reviews and stuff and like that. I haven't really done much of that on the channel, but I'm going to be doing that sort of stuff. So I'm going to go into a bit of underwater stuff. So underwater photography and videography. I'm going to start doing some tech tips and tricks and reviews and all that sort of stuff. And also the monthly giveaways are going to change. Now, I don't want to be a downer or anything like that, but the last few months, what we have been seeing in some of these giveaways that I've been doing has been a little bit disappointing, with people can't be bothered to do the mechanics themselves and relying on other people to feed them the mechanics. Now, if you want to join the giveaway, you're welcome to. Everybody's welcome to. But please, if you're going to join it, follow the mechanics. Do them yourself. It helps the channel out by you doing that, instead of getting the stuff from other people and not doing it yourself. It defeats the purpose of the mechanics. So it's been a little bit disheartening seeing this, and it's affected me in the fact that I'm trying to do something nice for people. Like, I don't have to do the giveaways. I never had to do them, but I chose to do them because I seen last year in COVID how much it was starting to affect the people over there. So I thought I'd throw out some giveaways to help some people out. And it was great. I got a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers and stuff like that. Now, I understand that a lot of people are here on this channel just for the giveaways, and that's fine. I am not holding that against anyone. But the giveaways will change. I don't know how yet. I'm thinking the next couple of months I may make the giveaways that I only do giveaways on my lives. And if you're on the lives, you'll be eligible to join the giveaway. How that's going to work, I don't know yet, because we've still got this giveaway going for this month with the mechanics, and I will sort that out next month on how I'm going to do the next giveaway. I want people to get behind this channel and support this channel and whatever I do. I want to try and teach people different things and show them, especially with like doing this Lightroom editing and stuff. It gives you an idea of how you can do it yourself, because like I said to many people before, on your phone you can download Lightroom for free. Some of the features are not there. I can't remember what features you don't get on the free version, because I started off on my phone and I started editing on my phone, which was weird, and then I went and bought the program for the computer and stuff like that, which gives me access to more things. Now I want to keep doing my giveaways. I love helping people, and there's a lot of people on this channel who have become very good friends of mine, and I have helped them personally away from all the cameras, and I don't mention what I have done for them because they are good friends, and I look after my friends. I always take care of them, my family, my friends. I always put others before myself. Why? I don't know. It's just who I am. As long as my friends are happy, my family's happy, that's all that matters to me. So I've helped a lot of people. I'm blurred. Oh, I don't know. It could be the internet. I have helped a lot of people. I don't make it public because I get a lot of messages. With people going, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. I choose who I help for whatever reasons. So I want to keep doing my giveaways, but what I have seen in the last few months from people trying to cheat the giveaway is very disappointing. But enough said of all that sort of stuff. Let's get into some photos editing. If you guys want to stick around and watch it, I very much appreciate it, and I'd love all your support that all you guys can give. If there's any questions you have throughout this editing, please put it in the comments, and I'll see if I can read the comments and answer them. These first couple of photos that you can see on the screen here are going to be tricky, and I'll explain that in a minute. But this morning I went to Gardeners Falls and I did some photos here, and I am going to be editing this video a little bit later today, and it'll probably come out next week. So I don't want to upload too many videos at one go and then whatever. But people are going to recognize this photo if they've been following me long time. This is a photo that I have done before with the 800D, the first camera that I had, and I wanted to go and redo it again. It's a beautiful spot, absolute gorgeous spot with the backdrop and the waterfall, everything. It's just a lovely spot. Now I am going to get onto that photos after, and we'll talk about them ones. But first off, I want to edit these ones that I did last week at Curramundi Lake. I've been waiting to do a live and edit them on a live just so I can help people understand different things. Yeah, I understand some people are having nosebleeds. I do apologize for that. But I don't know enough Tagalog to be able to talk fluently in it. I only know a few words, and I try my best to be respectful in Tagalog. Someone said to me, "You know Tagalog?" I said, "Opo, I know little. I know enough Tagalog to be respectful, because I believe that everyone deserves respect until they show you otherwise, that they don't deserve your respect." It's the way I was raised. You respect everyone from the word go until they show you a reason why they don't deserve your respect anymore. So, just one sec, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, guys. Let's get into it. Julie's in the comments running around. She doesn't want to be having her face. She's too busy feeding her face on the live. So, all right, guys, let's get into this. Now, the best part about the StreamYards is, before I used to go, and make sure we clicked on here, before I used to go full screen in my editing so I could have a look at something, and you guys couldn't see that with the last program I was using. And I just noticed today, as I was doing it, it was great that it showed up like this. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the live. Just doing some editing and stuff like that, and thank you very much for joining. Now, I think this is great that I can show you it. It's doing everything that I'm doing, which is great. So if I say that I want to go full screen, it shows you full screen, which is really, really good. I'm enjoying it. I like this program, and this is a free one on the internet, StreamYards. So I haven't paid for it. There is a paid version, and I might do that a little bit later. Buy the paid version, because I can customize it a little bit different. But for now, the free version is doing very well for me. All right, so enough of seeing my face. Let's go full screen, because I'm sure no one wants to see my face. All right, so let's bring up now. While the boys were playing, I took my camera down because I had my son, my nephew, and a friend of the family with us. And while the boys are off playing, swimming in the little creeks, in the little waterways and all that, I found this bit of driftwood that was washed up on a bit of sand. And I thought I'd basically take a photo. It was hard to see, so it's not completely in focus, but it's not overly terrible, because it was very bright. Was not the best time to be taking a photo. How bright it was. There was no cloud cover, no nothing. It was just very, very bright. So I took a couple of photos because I was still trying to, it's all the same. I zoomed in a little bit, just trying to sort out what I was going to do with this image. Then I decided, because that's in portrait, and when they say portrait, the camera is like the way you hold a phone. That's how they call portrait landscapes like that. Just in case anyone didn't know. So that's in portrait, and then I switched it over to landscape to do a little bit different. And then once I did that, I could zoom in a bit more with the camera. But the thing that I liked the most was all this down the bottom. It just gave some interesting stuff to the foreground. So I'm going to edit the portrait and I'm going to edit the landscape. I normally don't edit two of the same thing. Like, I normally just pick one that I liked and then that's it. But I just wanted to see two different things. And the thing is, with this being very bright today, that day, I decided that I thought this was going to be black and white photo. Hello, everyone that has joined. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being on the live. So let's get into editing this one. So first off, I need to resize it, or crop it, I should say, not resize it. Now, if I wanted to have this to go to Instagram, with Instagram, Instagram's dead from what I have been told for photography. So occasionally I'm still going to post up there. But apparently Instagram has killed the platform for photographers. The CEOs came out saying that it's no longer a photographer's platform or something like that. But basically Instagram, they love the 4:3 crop. So we're going to use a 4:3 crop on this one. Now, hang on. I better move it over a touch. Now, you probably didn't understand what I did there, but what I noticed is the shadow right here was cut off. And I thought I'd just bring it over just a touch just for it, just so we could see the shadow there. So what we're going to do is just do a auto edit. It's made it brighter, which I don't want. So we're going to bring down the exposure a little bit, put a bit more contrast. Yeah, okay. So we want to put the texture up, definitely, because of the wood. The clarity a little bit, and dehaze is really good. Dehaze can help a lot. Now, saturation and vibrance, it's not going to make much of a difference because I'm going to turn this black and white, but still, I always like to play with it a little bit, and I just go like that when I turn it to black and white. Now, I'm going to leave it in color for a second. I shot it on a sunny day, so just play with the white more. Yeah, I'll bring the temperature down a little bit because I thought it was a little bit too yellowy. Now, what do we want to do? Always love going into the tone curve. There's different ways of doing your tone curves. So I don't think there's just one way. The old classic doing an S thing is just basically the norm that most people will do. But so we're gonna smack it into black and white right there. Now, lens correction. Always do lens correction on my on my photos from the camera, itself, because basically it flattens out the image. Abigail, we have tried doing giveaways with mechanics of watch hours, and people cheated. So that's what I mean. It's been very disheartening with the giveaways in the last couple of months. And the last couple of months, I have gave away a lot of money, and that all comes out of my pocket, guys. Like the last couple of days, I've been getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't get home until 7 o'clock at night. I work a lot. I work hard, and it really gets disappointing and disheartening when I work so much, and I try to get my YouTube channel off the ground to do whatever with, and yeah, but it is what it is. Back to the editing. Now we're going to go into details because I'm going to bring up the sharpening a little bit, details a little bit, and we're going to hit Alt on the masking, bring down the masking a little bit. So then when we go full screen, then we zoom in. If it decides to want to, there we go, grab focus a bit better. Now the timbers is looking a little bit more sharper now, because obviously I didn't grab the focus properly in the first place, and that was on me. That's my bad. But now that I've got a little bit more focus and sharpness on it, you get the black and white tab there when you go into your black and white, and you can move all around your colors a bit depending on how you want to do it and what you wanted to achieve. One of the things I like doing is putting a vignette on something. Now, the whole focus, like after seeing this photo, I probably wasn't happy with the photo itself. I thought, oh yeah, it's a nice bit of driftwood. I could have done something a bit better, but it really wasn't that great of a shot. But I'm still playing with it anyway. I always have these things in my head, these images of things, and they don't always turn out the way that I want them. When I get home, I look at the images and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'll just throw it in. I just scrap it. And there goes a whole shoot. But I'm going to play with these photos anyway. And this is all shot with the new camera, the D90. Oh, not D90, the 90D from Canon. I haven't long got it. I've taken it out a few times, doing different things. So what else? Now, let's play with the tone curve in the alternate spectrums. So like you got your green, your purple spectrum here, and it can really alter how your picture comes out. So that's what we started with to there. Now you'll notice when you go black and white, you look at the front, down the front of the sand, it doesn't look like there's a lot going on there. But once you go black and white, it pulls all the shadows and you see a lot more. And it just gives more intricate look to the photo. And that's a great thing about black and whites is they can really transform something that looks dull to something that's a little bit more interesting. So like, I don't know. Yeah, you can see it here in the sky, like in this photo. I had to try and cut that sky out because it's too blue. And what I mean by too blue, there's no clouds there. It's completely and utterly bare. No clouds, no nothing. So it's boring. There's nothing going on. So I tried in this photo to bring it down so there's not so much of a gap of nothing. And that's what you want to do. You want to eliminate the spaces that there's nothing. Like if I had big tall trees, like you'll see soon in the next video, next photos that I do of the waterfall, the backdrop, there's like big, beautiful rainforest looking trees and stuff like that. So it gives you it's a sense of an epic backdrop, something really good to look at. But a blue sky, generally at times, it's not the ideal. It's bad for photography, plain areas. But I think from how dull that image was to that, from that to that, it's a big change. Quite happy with it. Still not an image I'm fond of. You can comment what you think. I'm not gonna say anyone's wrong. Your opinions are your opinions, and I do agree if you say the photo is terrible because yeah, it's not a special photo, but it's just something. I was looking for something and it didn't quite work, but hey, I still gave it a go. And at the end of the day, you never do anything wrong. You just learn. Now, I learned that I didn't get what I wanted. Maybe what I should have done was gone lower instead of being up as high as I was because I was trying to stretch out the image. Maybe I should have got down lower and squashed the image down a bit more. There's things that I could have probably tried, but having the boys swimming around, I didn't want to stay away from them too long and make sure that I get back over and watch them. So the last step here would be to go into edit, into I think it would be not a left, center. Now this is an interesting thing too. Like I'm putting my little tag thing, my little logo, well, my Timothy McCabe photography logo thing that I put on most of my photos on this. And last time, in the last program that I was using to stream or show you guys editing, you couldn't see that, but you can. It's really cool. Evelyn, good morning. Welcome. Also seeing Angels there. Good morning. And Diane, good morning to this wonderful Saturday morning. So we're gonna update that preset. Done. And then we're gonna export this one out. That's got to be changed to 90 photo. Is it photo? Cancel. Hang on. I just have to. Photos. If I don't write the exact file that it's going to on the export, it'll make a new folder. So 90D photos. Okay, and then we're going to add the watermark. We wanted it at center. Export. So that's going to export over to the folder. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm fine. I'm well. Starting to feel my feet again, which is great. Long story. Standing in Freshwater Creek in the middle of, or in wintertime here in Australia. Not the smartest move, but I got some nice photos and there will be a video coming out soon of those photos. But right now on this live, you are actually getting to see the photos edited for that video now. So anybody watches this, they get to see what those photos look like before the actual video comes out. All right, so I'm going to move off to this next one. So once again, we want to crop this, change the crop, go 4:3 again. Now, the whole thing with this one was so just trying to see. Okay, I think that's probably good because the thing is trying to line this up with Mary, good morning. Well, I'm going to butcher this name. Filenzo. Sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. I'm going to try and do some more editing like this so you guys can learn. And it just, yeah, it is very interesting doing editing, and you can do it yourself. You can download Lightroom on your phone, and you can always do it on your phone. You can get Lightroom for free for your phone as well. All right, so that's going to be the crop that I'm going to go with, the 4:3. And I did it in a way that I cut the sky out because I didn't want it to be up too high and have just that little bit of blue there because it'd look out of place. So I've cut it completely out. Now it's time to edit it. This one's going to go black and white again. But looking at this image, because of the way it is, the little logo tag will probably end up being down on the left-hand side. All right, so here we go. We go with an auto. Definitely way too bright. Don't like that at all. So we're going to bring that down maybe there. So we're going to bring the white balance down. It's too yellow. Don't like it. Too warm, I should say. Too warm. Made it look too warm. It was a warm morning, but yeah, not what I was looking for. So got the dehaze going, got a bit of texture, a bit of clarity. I'll zoom in. So the focus wasn't too bad on this one. So we're gonna, kick this into black and white straight up. Lens correction as well, and chromatic aberration, because the lens, they always distort a little bit. Atelia, how are you? Thank you for being on the live. Oh, in Australia we say Leah, but in the Philippines you say Leia. I think Americans say Leia as well. But I got a sister-in-law. My brother married a woman exactly the same spelling as your name, and she says Leah. So, but welcome. All right, so we'll go into the black and white, do the auto. Now, so you can play with all these yourself too. You can change them how you want. Say I want different shades or things that look differently. So that's going to affect the trees. Where is that affecting? So that's just affecting certain parts of the sand. The magenta. Yeah, so apparently there's a little bit of magenta in the sand. So yes, thank you very much for everyone joining. Soon we are going to get on to a lot better of a subject to edit, and one that I quite enjoy, my waterfalls. So this is looking, yeah, it's certainly not some of the finer work that I've done, that's for sure. But we will all get there in the long run. So we'll just zoom in. Yeah, that's all right. Definitely need a bit of a vignette on this. Don't like that water there. Just looks weird. Okay. So done that. Playing with the tone curves. Looks all right. So obviously we started with the coloured one, but I don't know. I do like my black and white photos, but definitely I don't think the coloured ones would have worked with this, but it's okay. So we're going to go into edit watermark. I do think it's going to be your left side. Yes. All right. So we're going to export to there. Say the left. Export. Now, that is that. They're them ones. So we're going to go full screen. Yeah. So we had this one and that one. So slightly different edits in the color. You can tell in the color one's got a little bit more magenta in that one than this one. So I'm going to, I'll upload them to the channel, onto the Facebook page, and you guys can all comment which one you like the best. This one's got some birds in the background feeding on the sand flats. But I'm going to move off to the ones that I took today. So we go to F, into the library, and we're going to pull up these ones. So now this place here is really, really beautiful place. This is Gardeners Falls. This is up in the hinterland of the Sunshine Coast. Most definitely need to see if I can find. Oops. No. Actually, oh, is it in the unknown? Let's have a look. It's not that one. Seeing if I can find it. There's my dad. My dad in his last few weeks. We had him. Ah, yes, the famous photo here. So this was the original photo that I took of Gardeners Falls back with my 800D. Now, I definitely didn't get a photo like, oh, I don't know. This one's different, totally different to what I got photos of. Things change. My tripod wasn't broken here, so I could get a better angle where I need to get a new tripod. So, Benro, if you're listening, send one my way. But yeah, I definitely need a new tripod because mine's broken. So this was the one that I wanted to redo. And I think I took this one about the same time. I think it was around about this time last year, or maybe a little bit earlier. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can see any. Don't think I can see any real information on it through this photo. No, that's right. But so the whole idea of this morning going to Gardens Falls was to reenact sort of this image, and it wasn't too bad. So that's what I was. This is my first one. These are just some old images that I've done before, but when we scroll through the unedited version, is that now? Obviously, I haven't edited this one yet. This is still fairly raw, but you can see how the change in the rock at the bottom of the screen, because I couldn't get my camera up any higher to tilt the camera forward a little bit more so I could get the bottom of that rock. So, but just a beautiful, beautiful place to see. It's only a small waterfall. It's not a large one. But yeah, just definitely playing with. I thought, stay out of the water, because I knew I was going to get cold. But I didn't like this view of it. I just thought, no, it literally, you had to get in the water. It's just a better angle because clearly you can see on the right side of the image, the better waterfall there. So, and this is the thing that hang on, where is it? I wanted to stay in the water longer and take more photos, but my legs were going so numb it wasn't funny because if you look right here, all the swirl patterns, this is caused when I'm doing my long exposure. Like this image was a 5-second image. Now, for 5 seconds, the shutter stays open. And if there's a swirling pattern in the water, it smooths it out and it gives you little pictures. So it normally I'd stay there and I'll take multiple, and then I'll sit there and I'll click through them and I'll see which one of those patterns that I like the best. And I've actually got in a couple of photos before, different areas where I've got a love heart shape in the pattern. So, but yous will see the video for this, all these photos come maybe next week. I'll upload it. I have to edit it today and probably upload it next week sometime. But you get to see the editing of these images before I get the video. There's a new video coming out today, which is like a quick tip thing. So I hope you guys watch that and let me know in the comments what you thought of that one. It'll come out about 4 o'clock your time in the Philippines. So, all right, let's get on to these photos. Now, we're going to go into full screen. So I was walking past, heading down to the actual waterfall. Now, in the back, there we go. In the back, it bends off to the right, and it's only probably another 50 meters away is where the actual waterfall was. But as I was walking down, I noticed this scene, and I thought maybe I might try something different. And I turned on the intervalometer. Now, the intervalometer built into my camera is set up to take a photo every so many seconds that I program it. Or if I say, okay, I want it every 30 seconds to take a photo, it'll take a photo every 30 seconds and I don't need to do anything. It will just run on its own. I had it set for every 2 seconds. So there's going to be a lot of blank photos here for a second until I ran over and I got on that one. Now, this is embarrassing. Posed so many different times doing different ones. Now, I normally don't go through the behind the scenes of my editing. I normally just, that's the photo, that's the one I took. And I don't show everyone how many photos I took. I'm like, set this shot up. Like that's the first one. And then you just start going, this one, setting up settings. Now, I knew the light was going to change, so I set this a little bit darker than what it should have been. So I knew I could change it in editing. But because the light was coming up and I wasn't going to be near my camera, I had to set it darker so it could compensate that it wouldn't go too bright for while I was over there taking this photo. So I set it up. And where is it? Hey, there I am. You can see my little ghostly streak coming in. So obviously the photo had started to take, and I think it was like a 2.5 second or 2 second time that I actually had on this photo. So you could see that the blur, and when you're doing these photos and doing long exposure, which it can be beautiful. I've actually got some photos of my niece with a waterfall, silky smooth waterfall, beautiful looking woman in the frame, and they've got to stay perfectly still, can't move. So if your exposure is only 1 second, it's not too terrible. They can stay still for a second and it doesn't blur. But when you start getting Mama. You're welcome, Mama. Sorry the phone wasn't what I thought it was, and Lazada scanned me. But I'm glad you got a phone now, Mama. Thank you for jumping on my live. So this is a 2-second timer on the photo, a shutter speed. So if I don't stay perfectly still, you're going to have my body. So that'll be perfectly still. My body, you'll see the movement. So, whoops, wrong way. So then I came, you can see how I was still setting up because you can look, we'll zoom in. You can see how that's the movement that I'm telling you. That's because I'll still get in the spot. And then next one, it's perfect. Now you can see me in the reflection of the water, which is really cool. And really, the next few shots, there is a couple of okay ones, but I should have stayed right there. Now, this is the hard part about taking a photo. Like, I'm probably 25 meters away from my camera when I'm doing this photo. I'm on my own. There's no one there to help me. So I can't exactly see where I am in my frame. I can go, okay, right. But then when I get up there, everything looked different to where I should have been standing. And I should have stayed right there and done my poses there. So then you can see that I look at the camera. I thought, I'm going to change. So the camera's still rolling, doing different things. Obviously, I went to grab my hat, doing something like that, whatever I was doing. And you can see that I'm just off center. It's not good. Look up in the tree. What's up there? I look like a clown. Yeah. Send that photo to you. So just trying some different photos. My feet are cold. You can see my beautiful sock tan, my white feet, because I wear boots all the time. So you can see how I'm going through and I'm wasting so many shots, but I might get one really good one. So really, I should have moved over a little bit to being about where I am there, maybe even a little bit more. Okay, so that's a bit better focused one. Kind of looking into the camera, kind of not. Not exactly the prettiest of faces, so do excuse the face. But it's just such a beautiful spot, seeing those trees, the water. Now, if I had I needed to. No, I reckon the zooms are right. It's just, it shows the scale of how big this area can be. Like, those trees go up a long way. So I like probably a couple of those first couple of photos where I was properly in the right spot, that I was like, these, I'm off to the side too far. And that's what you got to remember. You got to try and frame up. I got too much dead space over there, and I should have been right smack bang in the middle of the thing. So here I am. I think in my head, I thought that bit of grass was the center of the frame. So that's why I stood near it. And I didn't realize that I was actually nowhere near the center of the frame. So I think, yep, you can, I got a bit of motion blur there. I wasn't exactly straight. Hey, you can see the back of my jumper. It's my new work jumper, so it's a bit dirty now. It's not perfectly white, but now I tried doing the squatting down sort of shot, but probably should have been where I'm about to squat now. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Maybe I needed to be over a little bit more, but wasn't too bad. Going with the thinking look, or the as the Filipinos are, handsome. But I was just kind of the thinking look. And then that's me running back to the camera. So, and then I'm going to have a few blank photos of that. So let's have a look. This one, let's zoom in. That is one ugly man. That really is one ugly man. Okay, so that one, no. But this one, yes. And I'm not saying it's a great photo. It's the fact that it's actually not blurred because of motion. So, it's a ghost. All right, so we're going to go yes on this one. What we're going to do is so what are we going to do? We're going to go auto. Oh, geez, that really brightened it up. I don't think it needs to be that bright. I do still like a little bit of dark and gloom, a bit more moody. Texture, bring clarity down a little bit. Dehaze. So you're going to bring up the vibrance a little bit because of the colors. Tone curve, so trying to keep it a little bit natural. Don't want it to be overly photoshopped. Well, I shouldn't say over edited. I want my photos to still be kind of natural. All right, so bring up the sharpening a little bit, masking. Luminance, color, contrast. Now we want to have a look at the effects for a bit of a vignette. Lens correction, always. Color, just want to make those greens pop a little bit. Not going crazy with it, just make it pop a little bit. Now, if you were on a vacation and you came to this place, this is would be a really nice photo to have. Hey, look at where I've been. It's not the epic landscape photo, but it's an epic Instagram kind of photo where, wow, look at where I've been. That's kind of what this one is. And we will change the, since saying Instagram, we'll change the sizing of it to a 4x3, and let's see how this looks. Yeah, no, that face, I don't know who could ever love that face. I really don't. I feel sorry for whoever does love that face. You deserve much, much better. All right, so what else? I don't think I wanted to do change anymore on that one. But I definitely want to have a look at some of these. You don't realize how many photos I got there of me trying to get one decent shot. Like I said, whoops, where'd it go? There we go. Like I said, I wasn't actually near my camera and I was alone. So there is a lot of photos here where I look really, 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 really weird because I am trying to get a photo. Nope. Yeah, this one. All right, so we're gonna crop this to a 4x3 again. There isn't doing 4x3s at the moment. It's just because in case I put them on Instagram. No. Okay, so go auto, way too bright. Like, and that's the thing. Like, auto is a great way to. Is a great way to do a starting block for building your edit off. It's never going to be your edit that you're going to pick, but it's good building block. So it can help change some of the sliders, like your whites, your blacks, your shadows, your thing. Like I could go and do it manually if I wanted to, but I always like using auto as a building block. So I'm going to go bring up the texture a bit, clarity down. Yeah, bring the clarity down a little bit. Now, clarity can make, if you bring it down just a touch, it can soften the image a little bit, but also can give like that dreamy look without. Oh, I just noticed something. Probably there. I just noticed that I was probably cutting my head out in the reflection. I'll have to. Oh, you can't really. Oh, it's what it is. I'll see whatever. See how it looks. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's all right. So just gonna play with the sliders. All right, so we want to bring out the sharpening a bit, radius a little bit, masking, luminance. All right, so I don't think anything else in the details. I normally just play with a couple of things. Lens correction as well. Chromatic aberration and the profile editing. As you can see there, it tells me, okay, I was using a Sigma, my lens. It's really got like this, the lens companies work out what the profiles are and they send them to this Lightroom and stuff like that. Just helps flatten out your image because your lenses are rounded, not flat. So makes them bend a little bit, the image, and then it just flattens it out for you. Now we want to go into the effects. Put a vignette on it. Now I think just, I don't know, just maybe I'll brighten it up a little bit. No. Just a touch. Just a touch. This is me being picky on different things. I think there was a little bit too much yellow in the actual photo itself. And this is what some people hate. I get real picky on my own photos. But if I don't get picky on my photos, I can't be happy with what I put out there. All right, so I actually need, so we're going to go export this one. Hang on, I need to have a look at that. Watermark, left. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, export. So I'm going to need this photo for a couple of these photos, probably whatever, because I said in the video, if I got a good one, you're going to see it now, but you see it now on this live before you get to the actual video. So, export on the left. So that's going to export it out. I'll do exactly the same to the last one that I edited. Where is it? Way too many photos. And then we're going to, same thing again, we'll export this one out to the left. Again, what I mean by the left is exporting it out to the logo down the bottom. No, you're right, mate. Come in. So export it out to the left again. So that's going to go over to my 90D folder. So whenever I go looking for those images, I know where they actually are. This is the photo that I got this morning. Nice. It's better. So, all right. I was just showing my brother-in-law the photo that I got this morning. He was coming in to grab, because I live in the garage, coming in to grab the bike. So, all right. What do we got? All right. So, now, there may have been a couple other little photos there that could have been okay, but I think the two that I went with are fine. I don't need a lot of photos of me. I'd rather have a lot of photos of other people and not me. Definitely not me. So, all right. Let's go through and let's talk about what we're going to do. Now, let's go to full screen. So I love this photo. Oh, I love not this photo. I should say I love this photo. I love this waterfall. There's so much going on, and you've got like so many different little intricate parts, especially with the right side of the photo of the waterfall, I should say. I love how all the waters cascade down. Love it's silky smooth. Now, if you ever get to a stage where you're doing photos of waterfalls with filters and DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera or whatever, my recommendation, or even if you can take a long exposure photo with a camera or with a phone, all right, because I know some phones can do it. Always go a little darker on your exposure. For me, I normally go 1 stop or half stop exposure. Sometimes even, I think I was 1.5 stops here, because you eliminate the hot spots in your white. And what I mean by that is I've got other images where just here, all that hard white there, you can see clipping. Now, there's no clipping in the white here, but you can see, hang on, I'll see if I can zoom in. Okay, now I'm holding over this little arrow here. It shows that the clipping, and by what I mean by clipping is they call clipping a point where it's completely and utterly black or completely and utterly white. Now, when a photo clips in certain areas, it means that all that blue there is completely and utterly black. There is no more pixels there. There's no more details there. If I wanted to try and bring that shadow out and say, I go, okay, I've lowered my shadows. You can't see anything. Now, if I raise my shadows up, you can start seeing into that black. But there's still clipping there that I will never be able to bring back the details from. So that's what clipping is. And I haven't got any clipping that I can see in my white section, which is good news. Means that I didn't over expose my whites or my highlights, which is great for me. It makes me editing this image so much more easier with the waterfall, because you don't want to have that silky smooth waterfall and then that real white bright spot. Actually, I'll show you what I mean, because I actually know that I've got something in this. Here you go. Now, this is what I'm talking about right here and up there. Before, I got a tip from a professional, and I'll say a professional because that's what she calls herself, a professional photographer. And she gave me tips and tricks and hints at different things, really good. And this thing right here is way blown out. Now, I was disappointed in this photo, though, the fact that I blew out that highlight so bad that I don't want to use that image. And that's me being really picky now. That this is Serenity Falls or Budrum Falls, which I've been to many a times. But that would have been such a perfect photo that I did. But I've blown out my highlight there that I don't promote that photo as much. See, I've got photos here that I've taken. See, that's the clipping. This is what I'm talking about, the clipping. It shows you how much I have blown out that image. Same again. And this is all before that little trick that I told you. And up there again. See, this is an edited one, blown out. Edited, blown out. So these are just me showing my mistakes, giving tips on how you guys could change stuff for yourself and improve yourself through me learning what I've done wrong. Now, I don't mind this image. Maybe I could go over a little bit more or do something. I probably need more time to play around with this waterfall to get that really nice shot that I'm happy with. But I got to learn to do it not in winter because I spent 5 minutes here doing this photo, these two photos that I just showed, or three photos, because that one, and that one, getting the angle right or the exposure right or whatever I was doing. And within 5 minutes, my feet were numb. Standing in a freshwater creek in winter in Australia, like the outside temperature was probably 10 degrees this morning up there, maybe even a little bit colder. The rocks were really cold. The water was really cold. And it didn't take long for my feet to go numb. Now, if I fell over in that water, I would have been in a world of hurt. Would have been borderline hypothermia really quickly. But I still stayed in that water I was in that water for about 20 minutes this morning, just getting these shots, walking around trying to find the right angle. Now, the reason why I'm not a fan of this angle, and I am going to edit one. Now, I'm getting really picky on these two photos now. I'll go to full screen. Now, okay, I don't expect anyone to comment, but if you want, take a punt or take a guess on why I'm being picky on these two images and what I'm looking for, what I think is better. Exact same image, same angle. The tripod never moved. Now, what am I looking at? What am I picking? What am I trying to find? Which one is the better one? I did mention it a little bit earlier before, talking about different things, especially with the slow exposure, the long exposure. Ooh, hey bub, you got some packages coming. Zada just turned around and said, "Hey, your package is on its way to your destination." Oh, naughty. All right, so what I'm actually looking at, guys, is the swirl patterns in the water. So down here, you can see the cursor right in front, swirl patterns here, the direction of the water. All right. So we'll go back to full. Now, I think it's that one. Yeah. Okay. So if you look at that, I'm trying to pick which one I prefer, which pattern. Now, it's hard to choose which one I like the best. Probably that one. I probably like that one best because I like right at the center. It looks more of a spiral circle. So I'll probably go with that one. But now, why I don't like this angle is because of the trees right here. I don't like all the color of all the sky coming through there, because I like this angle where it's just solid rainforest. I don't want the sky to come through. So then I go through the same dilemma again. Which pattern in the water do I like best? And that's what I make my decision on, is the pattern in the water for this, because camera didn't move. But how do you make a decision on a photo of what was the better one? Is you need to see what catches your eye, which one you like the best. And to me, it's the patterns in the water. So I'm going to probably go with it's hard. They're all pretty bad, the patterns. Now, if I probably took a little bit more time or made it a little bit longer or played with different things, I could have probably got a different pattern. It would have been all the same, just the pattern would have been different. So I think I might just edit the last one. All right, so we're going to edit this one. So what we're going to need to do is change the ratio of the photo. So now the other thing too is, see how you got your grids. This is what they call this grid. If you don't know, this grid pattern in the photography world is called the rule of thirds. So you should have, now if I shrink this down, so rule of thirds, right? Okay, rule of thirds. That is out of proportion. Now, the focus is that waterfall. So rule of third should be, the waterfall should be in that center, and then whatever fills in these things, so be it. Now, obviously this is not the size that I want because there's so much going on. You don't want to cut off, okay, rule of thirds also too. You want to line up proportional your subject. Now, the two focal points are either side of that waterfall. So you can see here, if I did there, it's kind of proportional. But I am leaving out the edge of this rock here, cutting off the rock there. Now, that doesn't look good. So you wanted to go bring it over, where I'd say I'd be happy to cut it off there, because you still get the corner of that rock there and you still get that rock. Now, doing that, it's lopsided. It's out of well, it's not out of focus, but it draws your eye weird. So what you want to do is you want to bring it back to dragging it back out, so making it a bit bigger of a scene. And that way you can go, right, well, I've got everything in there. It lines up right. So I'd go with that. Now, that would be the thing. Now, it's out of proportion because there's big rock here and there's nothing really there. But I can't exactly get a chisel out, chop off that rock, and then move it. That's just not right. You have to play with what you've got. Oops. No, it's not going to work. Just move it there. You have to play with what you got with. You don't ever alter nature. Like if you got a branch in your way, like a small branch, pick it up, move it. A leaf, pick it up, move it. If you got a big rock, don't start throwing it around and whatever. Work with nature. Don't destroy it. So that's why this angle doesn't quite work because of the up the top and that big rock there. But maybe if I went over a little bit more, it still would have been out of proportion, but I could have probably worked with it a little bit better, gone down lower or angled the camera a little bit so I could cut out that sky part. So there could have been a few things that I could have done. And what I probably should have done was gave myself more time, taking more photos, different angles and that. But I wanted to feel my legs again. So I got out of the water. So here we go. Stop jibber jabbing too much and we'll edit these couple of photos and we will jump off. I just thought while I do these edits, I'll bring you guys along with me and see who wanted to watch while I done these edits. Now I've done the auto and it's made it too bright. So it's changed it a bit. I haven't really done much, but just put a bit more color in the greens. And it's moved like the highlights, so it's not so glaring off the water. So go to the tone curve. Actually, we might go the other way. Bring down the shadows. Touch. Bring down the highlights. I don't know. It's something's making my eyeball twitch, and I can't put my finger on what it is. All right, so it's all right. I'm still not happy with this angle in this photo, but it's still okay. Now, because of the fact there's so much going on this side, I'm definitely going to put my name down here. So we're going to edit right side, probably make it a little bit bigger. That's it. Okay, that. So we're going to go export. Go right side, export. So we export that one out. So guys, that's that photo. Oh, excuse me. I've been up since 4 o'clock. I went there, like I said, or in my tip video, which you will see this afternoon, says show up early. I was there an hour before sunrise. Why do I do it to myself? Because I'm a sucker for punishment. All right, so all right, this image. Now, we probably want to, oops. There we go. So because with this image, you can't see the bottom of the rock, I'm okay with cutting out a big chunk of it because I can't really see where it stops and when it starts. So that's fine. So I'm just going to go a 16:9. And I love that direction for this waterfall, like looking straight up there, front on like that. Them trees just look great. They really do. Now, I'm going to do this one from scratch. I'm not going to auto this one. I'm going to do this one from scratch. I'm going to slide the sliders myself. We'll see what it turns out like. Okay. So, do I want? No. I really don't need. I'll go just a slight touch. Not enough to say that's really bright. Bring up the contrast a bit. Now we definitely want to. So I've heard some people say, and I'm just gonna go. I don't mean to be 49, but trying to get to 50. But bugger it. So 50. 50. 50. And nope. 50. Now, I've watched one person edit once, because I've watched multiple different people on YouTube edit different ways, and this is his generally his kind of start on how he edits. He'll go 50 either way if he wants the highlights to come down or highlights go up. So if he goes highlights up, he'll bring the whites, the shadows down, and he normally goes from 50 to 50 either way. And then from that point, he'll move the sliders to where he thinks he needs to. So that's his base to start with, is 50 50, 50 one way, 50 other. So definitely, I want my blacks to come back. So I bring it down to a minus. Bring the whites down a bit, or bring them back, I should say, because I like the dark, moody feel of this photo. So I'm going to definitely bring my shadows. I might bring the shadows up a little bit, but yeah, bring my highlights down a lot, because highlights are going to affect my waterfall, and I don't want it to be too bright, too white. So that's the thing. If I have my blacks down too low, it looks bad. If I have it up too high, it looks too washed out. So you can leave the clipping on. So, okay, when you're talking about clipping, okay, you can see that's the clipping on. You can see that I've just pretty much destroyed my image by having it way too black. Now, when people talk about clipping and fixing it, right, some people are okay with probably about that much. So you can see just up here, you can see a little bit there. There's actually a little bit in the waterfall here that you can just see, a little bit over there. So that would be probably about where you want to put your blacks. And that's how you work with your clipping. No clipping on the white, on the highlight, so that's good. So textures up a little bit. I'm going to bring my clarity down a touch. Dehaze doesn't need to be overly so much. Vibrance, bit of saturation. Lens correction. Details. I'm a silent viewer. I'm the one sitting here talking. I'm a silent viewer. All right, so what else? Tone curve. That's right. Bring the highlights down. Shadows up a little bit. Okay. So that's what I started with to that. I actually think it looks better with what I've done to it. I like the color in the waterfall. I don't like it being really white. Bothers me being too white. So that's how I'd leave that one. Now, probably going to put my name in the right-hand corner again because there's a lot over on the right. Not so much. Can't do it really in the middle. Probably over in the right. So let's have a look. Right side. Yeah, that'll do. So we're going to export that to the right. Export. Awesome. So we'll go full screen. That's not a bad photo. So what's everyone think of that photo? I don't know if I'm sold on whether it's better than the first one or the first one's better. Oops. It's definitely here we go. No, and I can't go full screen. Okay. Once I put it full screen, I can't go full screen, so I'll go there and full screen. Oh. Huh. There we go. No. There we go, guys. Full screen for you guys. What do you think of the photo? You like it? No? Yes? It'd be a nice screensaver, that's for sure. Hello, guys. Welcome. Jamaria, Jan, Charlotte, and Angela. Welcome. All right, guys. Well, that is me for the day. For this live, I am going to jump off now. I hope you guys, if you've missed all the live, rewatch it back if you want. It's up to you. Some nice photos. Hello, Jan. Welcome. This photo that you're seeing now will be coming in a video probably next week. I'll edit it today, and you guys can see the full photo, full video of taking all these different photos. So I'll put that video up. I'll edit it today later on. And yeah, I better get off this live. Probably have to go out soon later. But till then, guys, stay safe. And we'll see you on the next live, the next video. There's a video getting dropped today, this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Watch that, see what you think, and comment everything. All right, guys, take it easy. Thank you for joining live, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.